Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Taft City Council Successor Agency and our joint regular meeting for Tuesday, October 18th, 2016 here at City Hall Council Chambers. Would you please check your phones, make sure they're on mute or vibrate, or appreciate that. Tonight, the Pledge of Allegiance is going to be led by Councilmember Hill and the invocation by Heather Mueller, St. Andrew's Episcopal Church. Would you please rise?
Place your hand in your heart and pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Reverend Mueller.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Thank you for this privilege. Tonight I'm going to share the prayer attributed to St. Francis, since his feast day was just earlier this month. So let us pray. Lord, make us instruments of your peace. Where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is discord, union. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Grant that we may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for those enlightening words. Madam Clerk, will you take roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Miller.
Here.
Councilmember Cryer.
Here.
Councilmember Bryant.
Here.
Councilmember Hill.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem looks to be absent.
You will be here in 3 minutes.
Okay.
Well, we might be done by the time he shows up. Item number 1, City of Taft and Westside Recreation Park District Municipal Service Review Update. Mr. Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. On September 17th, 2014, the Planning Commission reviewed the recommended approval by the City Council of an update to the Municipal Service Review for the City of Taft, which included sections of the Westside Rec and Park District. The MSR is a comprehensive study designed to better inform local agency formation commissions, LAFCO, local agencies in the community about the provisions of the municipal services. Service reviews capture and analyze information about the governance, structures, and efficiencies of service providers and identify opportunities for greater coordination and cooperation between providers. Current LAFCO is now ready to take the updated MSR to the board, as the state law requires that adequate water utilities are available to the City of Taft and to the adjacent county communities. They've been working with the West Side Water District to update their MSR so both documents can be approved together. Current LAFCO has requested the city to update the MSR once more to include discussions on disadvantaged, unincorporated communities per State Senate Bill 244. Attached is the revised MSR that includes sections 2.10 disadvantaged unincorporated communities and 2.11 water services. Additional revisions to section 2.2 determines for the City of Taft on pages 2 through 27 through 2 through 29 and include the analysis and plans required to address DUCs in the future annexation efforts. At the September 21st, 2016 Planning Commission meeting, City staff presented the final draft of the update to the City of Taft Westside Recreation and Park District Municipal Service Review. The Commission approved the amendment unanimously with no further additions or deletions. That's a mouthful.
Okay. Recommendations as item 1, we conduct a public hearing, so I shall open a public hearing. And if anybody wishes to come forward and speak for or against this resolution, we'd be glad to entertain it. Well, seeing nobody coming forward, we'll close the closed session and go to item 2. I'll entertain a motion to adopt a resolution entitled, "A Resolution of the City Council of the City of Taft approving an update to the City of Taft and West Side Recreation and Park District Municipal Service Review for Kern County, LAFCO."
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there,
No comment.
and welcome, Mr. North.
Beg your pardon, everybody. I'm terribly sorry.
We're on item number one. We're into motion. We had conducted a public hearing. Is there any discussion on this item? Item number one?
I have no, sir.
None, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Madam Clerk, will you take roll call, please?
Councilmember Cryer.
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant.
Yes.
Councilmember Hill.
Yes.
And Mayor Miller.
Yes. And,
Bill over here.
He wasn't here to feel.
oh, okay, here, okay. So we'll have
I'll abstain.
4-0.
We'll have a 4-0.
4-0. All right. Item number two, citizens request public comments. This is the time and place for the general public to address the city council on matters within its jurisdiction. State law prohibits the council from addressing any issue not previously included on the agenda. Council may receive comment and then set aside the matter for a subsequent meeting. Please limit comments to 5 minutes. First up, Kathy Oren with Taft District Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau.
Good evening. It's nice to see all of you. I am here to, first of all, deliver some pictures that Shannon and I thought this might be a fundraiser all by itself. But we thought, in the interest of being ethical, we would give you the pictures that were taken at the gala. I still think Craig's picture would have brought in a lot more money than the gala itself brought in. And if you put that together with the rest of you guys, there's a chance for a good fundraiser. But I'm going to hand these off to you.
So you want us to pay you for not publishing these pictures? Is that the idea?
We always take donations at the chamber. That's good. I just want to update you on some of the things going on in our town. October 22nd, which is this Saturday, we have Boomtown Days at the museum. And at 11:30, there will be the dedication of the new derrick. And the name of the derrick escapes me. If there's anyone who knows what...
The Bender rig.
Bender. I was afraid to say because I knew I'd screw it up. But that dedication is going to happen at 11:30 right before lunch. So that's this Saturday. You're already looking at your pictures, aren't you? You're not even listening.
Yeah, we are.
You're sharing them just like...
Well, what did you give them to us for?
I know. You're right. Why? I knew better.
We'll look
I
at
knew
them in
better.
closed session.
No. I'm just giving you a bad time. We are going to have a Rails to Trails grand opening. This is the grand opening for the 4th section of the Rails to Trails, and that's going to happen on Wednesday, October 26th, and we're going to have some kindergartners enjoying that with us. So that will happen at 10:30 on Rails to Trails, and it starts at 2nd and Rails to Trails. Am I correct about that, Craig? Okay. And then... I got this out of order. October 25th, which is the day before the 26th, that would be a Tuesday. That is next week. There will be a ribbon cutting at the CTEC, which is the old ROP building on the high school campus, and they're doing a ribbon cutting, so reopening that because it's a different program now. And they will be doing a grand opening for the new career center that will be there also. So that's at 11:30 on October 25th. That's next a week from today. And then on November 2nd, the transit groundbreaking will happen at 10:30. And that's a Wednesday, November 2nd, transit groundbreaking at the site.
Change.
Or not.
Change. It's the 9th now.
It's the 9th.
One
Oh,
more week.
okay. Well, that gives us more time to talk about it and announce it incorrectly. Okay.
Well, that's our fault.
No, that's all. No, that's. I'm glad to know
There
that.
was an update sent, I think, this afternoon.
Oh,
We'll blame it
okay.
on Mark.
So never mind. All right. So that's all I have for you. I hope that you remember the dates that were correct rather than the date that was not. Thank you. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you, Dr. Orr. Next up is Billy White regarding Taft College. Could you state your name and your address, please?
It's Billy White, P.O. Box 1434, Taft, California 93268.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Miller. Just kind of want to stand up here and tell you guys a few things that are going on at Taft College. For those of you that didn't make the groundbreaking, we started our final project for our bond money that we Measure A back in, we got passed in 2004, thanks to the community and people in the district voted that in. We've started our groundbreaking for our new student center, which is going to be approximately $11 million job. It'll be really nice for the students to have a place to go. And we have, over the years, from 2007 to 2015, as you all well know, we have done a lot of improvements at Taft College, and it's all due to the Measure A money, and we sure want to thank everybody for supporting that. Also, I want to say my colleague here is with me also, Mr. Cal Vaughn. He's a trustee on the board also. So, anybody have any questions or anything?
What's going to be the final tab on all the building that you've done over the years?
That's a tough one, Randy.
It's pushing near $100 million, isn't it?
I would estimate, it would be approximately, that was done with Measure A.
90 million? I mean,
matching
for a little
funds.
small community like Taft to have any kind of enterprise spend $90 million on facilities and upgrades and whatever, it's remarkable.
Yeah, and if you haven't had a chance to go down there and walk through the campus, I know there was several people that came in from that talked to me at the cookout, and they were like, "Wow, this place has changed." Well, yeah. There were several people that came in for a class reunion this weekend that made some comments to me about Taft College also, how much it had changed. So we're real proud of the facility, and hope that everybody gets a chance to go down and take a look at it.
The whole community is proud of that facility, and all you have to do is just to see something that's really fabulous, just walk into the library.
Yes.
And that's more than impressive. I mean, that library is...
I don't know if any of you got a chance to go up there and look at the renderings that they had on the computer of the 3D renderings of what the architect had put in there, but it showed our phase 2, phase 3 on out, for another 20 years, and the campus is going to be beautiful. So anyway, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the update. Hope you'll come back. I was talking to Larry Butke, who was a former board member for many years, and he can remember when the campus just had a couple of houses over there, and the main administration building wasn't even there at the time. So it's come a long way, and it's really a jewel in the middle of this community, and we should be extremely proud of it. So that's all we have for tonight on citizens' request for public comments. We move on to item number 3, council statements, not action. Ms. Hill.
I have none, thank you, Mayor.
Mr. Bryan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I definitely want to say kudos to you guys as trustees and the entire staff at Taft College for the vision you guys have had. It's beautiful. The mayor hit it right on the head when it talked about it being a jewel. It definitely is. The only thing that kind of makes me angry when you walk around campus, because I was there in 2003 and it wasn't nearly as nice. So I'm definitely a little bit jealous, but well, you keep working on that next degree, right? It looks beautiful, guys. Great job. So kudos to you guys. I'm very proud alum of Taft College. But I wanted to remind everybody, as my only other comment, Mr. Mayor, Economic Development Ad Hoc Committee. We've got a meeting on the 27th, next Thursday, 4 p.m. We're making some great progress as far as recommendations to and from city staff, and hopefully those things will continue on to continue pushing Taft forward in terms of economics. So that's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Cryer.
Thank you, Mayor. Boy, 20 years, I hope I'll be alive in 20 more years to see when it's finished. But it'll be interesting to see what it looks like in 15 years from now. We'd like to remind the community that on the 29th, we're having a community garden festival there, and it starts at 9 o'clock. We'd like to get some pumpkin carvers from the council to be there. Maybe also get some from our from Craig. We'll be there too. Carve a pumpkin. I'll get our mayor there if he can. But it would be fun. That starts about noon, and I'm hoping then that the Girl Scouts will be there.
What's the date on that?
29th.
The 29th. The Girl Scouts are my cheerleaders out there.
I thought it was at 9 a.m., right?
Yeah, I think it starts about 9. But,
I'm not going to be able to make it, but I'll send a surrogate pumpkin carved up for you. I'll still be in the contest.
well, I have to admit, he had the best pumpkin last year. But it was kind of fun how it all worked out. And David Couch was the MC there, and it's pretty good out how it turned out. Another thing too I need to bring up is they're having a parade on the first Monday in December, and the theme of the parade is Christmas in Candyland. It'll be starting at 6 p.m. So if you want to turn in some floats and all the people want to go ahead and participate, as far as showing in the parade itself, is December 1st is the deadline for Thursday. December 1st is the deadline. And so you need to go to the Taft Chamber of Commerce and put your application in, get that taken care of. And another thing too, to go longer, I happened to went to the League of Cities last couple weeks ago, and I got some things for the council here that it's kind of important to have. I got a stressometer here.
Oh.
They had to have, so I got to make sure we all have that. You need to take the test before and after. Make sure I have a heart attack. So I need to pass this out here to the council members. You might need 2 of them.
We ought to use this in closed session when we're talking about litigation.
Yeah, if we do this on the dais as a public record.
I don't know, it might spontaneously combust like the Samsung phone.
Greg, you have to have one too. I believe the city attorney should have one. You just never know. Thank you, sir. Here.
You get to take yours after closed session.
But I got some information here.
Only one bag?
Well, I got more in one bag, but I had to go through what's kind of important and stuff, what's not important, because you always want to get enter all these freebies you can get, these contests and stuff, in order to get your business card in there, you got to take your literature sometimes. A lot of stuff there that we don't want. But some things are pretty good.
I'm normal.
Cool.
You're apparently very tense.
But I have for you, for the mayor. So we hear your State of the City address. There's a program here to help, somebody helps do your, make your speeches and stuff, or you go to Kiwanis and stuff, that were annual ones there. You can pass that along to your successors.
Okay, I've got about a month and a half, so.
You need plenty of time to work on it. Then this is our agenda for League of Cities. The idea with there's a lot of different in the League of Cities. You have a lot of different classes you go to, learn different things about different government things are happening in California that affects different cities and stuff. And a lot of it's good, and some of it's not so good. But a lot of California is facing a lot of issues, and how do you combat it, and how do you work together as cities. But you have different extremes. You have some the haves and the have-nots, and sort of battling for what's in the middle sometimes. But it's pretty good to go to. And I have a lot of things here for Craig. So I got to make sure he's busy. I already got about pertaining to the city and stuff that I think is important. I gave Jalon Boyer things I didn't think was important, but he can have half a different department that have already. So that's all been taken care of. Another thing too, for Renee, for your information, and also for the Chamber of Commerce, I did get some information for Christmas tree lights, where you either buy them, purchase them, or if you want to go ahead and rent them, they'll put them up and take them down. And if you want to do like a co-op with other merchants on the street, maybe it might be almost like this year, but they assure me that you get with them in a couple of weeks, they can go ahead and still do it, but you plan for next year. Also, that there are themes. You have different themes for different Christmas tree lights and stuff too, different ornaments and stuff too, that may work. This is for our new roads in again. About what this pertains to the to the city manager here. That I think it's interesting for him to look at.
Now, you gave his business card out to all those vendors, so he'll get all these phone calls and
I put
emails.
down Lon Boyer, and I was going to go for the chief, but I thought I better not because
They usually have anywhere from 200 to 400 vendors there, so.
It's quite interesting how things go, and it's interesting. We go to our the delegate, myself, President Taft, and with all the cities, each city gets one vote. No matter how large you are, LA or Taft, all get one vote. And how we go ahead and different issues come up and how we vote on it. And the resolution that we passed we were successful, but we just lost by a few votes. But it's one of the rare times where we really have a choice. But a lot of people want the tax money, and the tax money is like, for instance, you pay the government $100, they give you $20 back if you like it. And that's my deal with why you pay to begin with, but anyway, keep to ourselves. But anyway, it was quite interesting. I had a good time. It was good that the council would take part and go and participate. It's a good education. You get up to date on all the laws and regulations comes up, and you meet a lot of different people of your peers out there, which is also excellent. Get your understanding of what we're doing, what they're doing too. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Well, I'm glad you went in our stead, and I really appreciate you taking the time out to do that and go down there. There is a lot of interesting things, although there's that vendor fair and you get a lot of little goodies, but there's a lot of great information. Of course, they all want one thing from us, and that's money. So we're a little better shape now. So some of the projects that we've been looking at over the years, over and over and over again, that maybe we can implement. So thanks for bringing that information back and sharing. Mayor Pro Tem Noor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to kind of piggyback on what Dr. Oren said from the chamber, the dedications we have coming up. The Bender rig is a very exciting display. It is really neat. We already have, the old wooden derrick, and then we have a steel derrick, and now we have a drilling rig. And I will tell you that there is a dedicated group of volunteers and individuals that have worked very, very hard to bring this display to the museum and make it available for people. And they've worked very hard to make it so that you don't just walk by it and look at it. You'll actually be able to walk up on it. And you'll get right by the Kelly and you'll walk up on the floor. Now, you can't go all the way up in the tower. You might want to, but they're not going to let you do that. But they have worked very hard to get this all painted up and make it nice. And as they completed it, then they expanded it. And it's going to be a really great resource. So I would recommend everybody, if you can't be there for the groundbreaking, for the dedication, make it by to see that. And in regard to the latest portion of Rails to Trails that has been completed, while we were fortunate enough in my company to be a part of putting together the Bender rig and raising the rig, there's already a lot of people taking advantage of the western or easternmost portion of Rails to Trails. We see a lot of traffic down there, and that's very exciting. I'm not exactly sure what the overall length is from one end to the other, but it's pretty good, John.
About as long as the Denver airport. I know that.
Not that long?
Yeah. You go one end to the other.
Anyway, people are already utilizing the Rails to Trails, and we did end up spending a great deal of money on the bridge. A lot of government issues regarding the design and cost of that, so we don't have quite as much for landscaping as we would care to, but that will come. So use it. It's all about the community, and take advantage of it. What a really neat venue to have. And like I say, don't forget about the old museum. A lot of hardworking people down there making that nice, and go down there and check that out. It's really going to be cool. Lastly, the elections are coming up, everybody. There are a lot of people out there that want to work hard and serve the people, and I believe the vast majority of them have it in their hearts to be of service to the community and to those people they would represent. So spend some time and look into who it is that is running for those offices and what they stand for and what they mean. And then take 2 weekends and read through all the propositions. We're just talking about bond money. Anytime we approve a bond and we okay the issuance of bonds, we incur debt, and we incur debt service, and we have to pay those monies back along with interest. Okay, so it's not just, oh, it would be nice to do this, what the heck. Take a look at your property tax bill. It'll be itemized. That itemized section just continues to grow and grow and grow. And you wonder why your taxes are going up. Well, it's an investment in your community, and you are doing that. Just know that when you vote yes on those things, you are approving incurring debt, and you're going to pay that back. So think long and hard about that. And I will tell you that some of the propositions and a lot of the advertisements about those propositions are misleading at best, absolutely false and disgusting at worst. I can't believe they're doing it, but they are. So look very hard at them as well. Look very hard. And become an informed voter, and then vote your conscience. I mean, that's how you participate in government, and we're fortunate enough to do that in this country. So spend your time and make sure that you make the right decisions for you. That's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Well said. Speaking about the rails to trails, I'm hopeful that maybe the city and the museum can partnership into taking that trail and turning a right turn and go in and have the museum put a back gate in, so that you could literally walk from the from the Oil Workers Monument and visit all of the displays all the way down, and then trail into the museum. Hopefully they're thinking about it, and hopefully we can come up with some sort of solution. But or either pathway to go around to the front of the museum or something to make it easier for people.
I will tell you, when I was working on it, Mr. Mayor, there was some discussion regarding the property that separates the museum itself and its border fences from the rails to trails, and just exactly who would do what with that to make that attractive. So I'm sure that we as a city will be discussing that, and there will be some opportunity for that.
That'd be nice. In regards to the resolution of our municipal service review, I want to say that we've got great partnerships in this community, and it starts with the chamber, and we've got a great partnership going with the chamber, and they're also in that municipal service review. Besides the West Kern Water District and the Recreation Department and the city schools and the college, we've got a good community partnership going here. Probably unlike a lot of communities, I would guess. I think we're pretty special out here, and it's good that we can all get along, share facilities, share equipment, manpower, time, all that. So I'm real proud of our associations with these various entities, and I know that they will continue. I was going to say something about the League of Cities. I'm just glad you went, and I've gone a number of times. I know that a lot of the League's cities folks kind of slowed down and going because of the economic hit we all took from 2008 on. So as times are getting better, I'm sure the leagues it will get better too. And we do learn a lot. There's a lot of new workshops that they have there that pertains typically to the bigger cities, but they're starting to put more things on that pertain to the smaller cities. So again, I want to thank Orchel for attending on behalf of the city, and appreciate it so much, because it's during the week, it takes time out of your day, and I know you got businesses to run. So again, thank you so much. All right, we're going to move on, but Ms. Downey, you were here. Did you want to address the council?
Yeah, we had customers.
You've come late, but I will give you the opportunity to speak before the council. You have 5 minutes. So if you'll come forward under citizen request for public comment, state your name and your address, please.
I'm John Downey, 420 Terrace.
Sandra Downey, 420 Terrace Drive. Go ahead.
I know that
You're going to have to speak up just a little bit and get in front of the microphone, please.
I had some questions about, I guess, code enforcement and ordinances and such like that. I don't spend as much time we have a store on Center Street. You guys probably know that. But the Sandra's been basically threatened with pulling her business license due to an ordinance that the one that you can't put stuff on the sidewalk, which I agree with. You know, it becomes a liability. But when one business gets singled out, I guess that's my question, is how does one business get singled out when they come and talk to her and I can walk up and down Center Street and there's stuff all over the sidewalk. So it does bother me. Oh, I think that's, what else did we want? Oh, yeah, and the parking too. Unloading, parking, you know, Center Street. I know there's a 2-hour parking.
It's not enforced.
It's not enforced. I don't know how much it needs to be enforced. But when you do load up Center Street with vehicles that have been there all day, it does become an issue. Yeah. What else? I think that was it. So.
Okay, well,
All right.
we have resources here for you to address. You know, we can't do anything tonight as council people, but we do have a good staff here that'll be willing to sit down and speak with you. Chief of Police, building officials, city manager, you know, time and place, you pick. They'll make an accommodation and work these problems out. You know, we appreciate that you have a business on Center Street, and we don't want to run you off. I mean, that's not our purpose. We're trying to attract business downtown, so we want you to be there. So if you have issues that need to be addressed, make an appointment with somebody down here at City Hall, sit down, hammer it out. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Appreciate you showing up. Okay, we're moving on to item number 4, department reports. Do we have any department reports tonight? Thank you. Item 5, city manager statements.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no statements.
No statements. Item 6, city attorney statements.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No statement.
Is that a recording? Or? Item number 7, future agenda request. Anybody have a future agenda request?
Do not. No, thank you.
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, then we're moving on to consent calendar, items 8 through 17. All items listed on the consent calendar shall be considered routine and will be enacted by one roll call vote. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the City Council requests specific items to be removed from the consent calendar for separate action. Any item removed from the consent calendar will be considered after the regular business items. Are there any items on the consent calendar that any member of the public would like to comment on? Seeing none, moving on. So here we go. Item number 8, minutes, October 4th, 2016 regular meeting. Item number 9, payment of bills. Looks to be about $530,000 worth. Treasurer's report, motion to receive and file the Treasurer's report dated September 2nd, 2016 for the month June 2016, September 2016 for the month of July 2016. Item number 11, city investment policy annual review. To adopt policy with no changes. Item 12, California Transit Security Grant Program 2014-15 funding, and that's for an amount of $8,855, which has no match and will be used towards the transit center. Item 13, award a bid to lowest bidder for the purchase of a skid steer tractor in the amount of $64,909 to Volvo. Item 14, certifications for city building official. Item 15, police department property room functions, and that will streamline that operation. Item 16, educational programs in the Taft Modified Community Correctional Facility. And item 17, correction to salary range of account clerk 2. I'll entertain a motion to, unless somebody wishes to for one of the sit items?
Not I, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
All right, then I'll entertain a motion to adopt or approve consent calendar items 8 through 17.
Motion. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, will you take roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Noor.
Yes.
Councilmember Cryer.
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant.
Yes.
Councilmember Hill.
Yes.
And Mayor Miller.
And yes, and that passes on a 5-0 vote. We've come to the end of our meeting, and we will be going into closed session on item A, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation. Where's my card? I'm stressed up here. Government Code Section 54956.9A, Taft Union High School versus City of Taft. Item B, conference with real property negotiator, Craig Jones, City Manager, Government Code Section 54956.8, 200 Woodrow Street. Item C, conference with labor negotiator Craig Jones, City Manager, Government Code Section 54957.6, all units. Last check, Dodgers were up 1-0.
On the record.
Thank you. We're adjourned to closed session.